Well, that escalated quickly.
Everybody out in the world, stop messing around. Calling all you freaks and nerds, you're just missing what you want. My brother's going down the drain, my sister's living a dream, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all sing.
So this bad boy right here is one of the things that I am super excited about to move forward with on the Forester project. This is a Ford 9-inch rear end, and that's what we're going to be putting in this Forester. So in order to be able to run this type of axle in this type of car that originally had independent rear suspension, we're gonna have to do a lot of cutting and fabrication, which I'm super excited for, but also really nervous just because there's no template on how to do any of what I'm about to do to this car. So I am just gonna have to figure it out myself. And I am gonna get some help from some really good guys that know what they're doing. So that's gonna be super awesome and helpful. But a lot of this work, a lot of the grunt work is gonna be done by myself here. And some of the more fine details, like where to cut this thing, where to shorten it, welding the ends back on, that's where I'm gonna get some help from someone that really knows their stuff. So the suspension that we're gonna be attempting to put in this Forester is gonna be a parallel 4-link setup. And the wheelbase to this car is actually really similar to a Fox body, and the amount of room that we have to put the bars and all the other stuff that we need is really similar-ish to a Fox body as well. So I think that's kind of some of the dimensions and some of the stuff that I'm gonna work off of to try to get this to fit. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna get started on. I'm gonna get started ripping all of the independent rear suspension stuff out from this car, and after that, there's no going back. It's gonna have a solid rear axle in it, one way or the other. So we did make some pretty good progress with getting the garage cleaned up. I do have quite a bit of room around the car now, but as you can see, there is just, there's hours and hours of work here still. Progress made, and yeah, I think I made enough progress today that we can finally start tearing into the car here. Well, that escalated quickly. Check this out. I got the Ford 9-inch mocked up underneath the car right now, and I kind of just got loosening up bolts on the rear subframe, and everything that I needed to take out, like the two on this side and the 2 on that side, and then these 3 and those 3, those all came right out with no issues. So then the only thing really left is to take off the brakes, the suspension, drive shaft, and the diff bolts, and this whole thing just dropped right the heck out of the car. It took me, no lie, like 45 minutes. So I've got the Ford 9-inch under here, and you can see I've got it jacked up as far as my jack stands can go right now, and you can see the axle still needs to go up quite a bit to get the wheel to sit where I want it to. But if you look over here, right there, there's not much room in between that this frame support and the diff, so we are definitely gonna have to do some cutting, but we might not have to do as much cutting as I originally thought. I mean, we'll see as we go. The gas tank's got to go though. That's gonna be in the way of our 4-link bars, so that's definitely got to go really soon. But yeah, it's really cool to visually see it underneath the car. All right, here we go, baby. First grinder cut, the first of many. I don't have to cut this entire spare tire thingy, spare tire bulge, whatever you want to call it. I don't have to cut the whole thing out, but once the hole's there, it's going to be a lot easier to cover up if I can just cover it with like one big flat plate here rather than try and like patch something weird together without this whole thing cut out. All right, so here we go, baby. Let's get to some cutting. There we go, first grinder cut. This probably isn't the best tool for this, but that's what I got. Sweet.
Guess I thought that this was meant to last. friends are now my enemies. Always tell you what to do. Can't keep up with all the bullshit they're throwing your way.
Damn, it is so close, dude. Woo! There we go, baby.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yes. All right, we got a big old hole in the floor now. That's what I was going for. So yeah, so it's pretty obvious with that cutout that all the evap stuff and the gas tank stuff really has to go before I do any more cutting, because this support right here is going to have to get cut out, because right now it is pretty much almost as high as I can go without cutting anything. But I mean, obviously when we're driving down the road, we need more than, you know, an inch of clearance around the center section housing. So I did jack the whole thing up a little bit higher, and right now the wheel is centered pretty much to right where the axle is sitting, or right where the, almost very, very close to where the axle is sitting. And the wheel is pretty much I like it sitting there. And again, this is less important than functionality, but if we're gonna go through all this trouble, I wanna make sure this thing actually looks cool as well, you know what I mean? So I do wanna go probably maybe a little bit higher with the wheel. Also, the wheel we are gonna be running in this thing is gonna be a taller wheel as well, so we have to kind of consider that. But yeah, that we got to work on pulling that gas tank stuff out now. That's definitely got to go. It is officially in our way. So we got to get as much fuel out of the tank as we can. So I've got a little hose hooked up here to the tank here. And so this is a really cool part about Haltech. I mean, I'm sure you can do this with other ECU manufacturers, but it's really cool. Like, I don't even have to have my laptop out here. All I would have to have is my phone or the tablet that I normally use to connect to the ECU. But you just go in here. This is just on another spare phone that I have. I'm connected to the Rebel LS right now via Wi-Fi, and I just go to this this fuel system test thing. And if I just hit start test, we are pumping away just like that. Super easy. I just thought that was a really neat part about the Rebel LS in general, is that Wi-Fi. That Wi-Fi option that you have, it just makes things, it just simplifies things, you know? Simplifies something like this. You know, I don't need to bring my laptop out here just to continuously run the fuel pump. I don't need to jump the fuel pump out. I just go into the Haltech app and tell it to keep the fuel pump on. It's that easy. All right, quite surprisingly, it actually seems like this tank is gonna come out without too much of a fight here. At least the straps anyway. Yeah, so we got those bolts loose, and break some of this plastic stuff. Let me just see if I can get these other strap bolts loose. That might make things a little easier on us. Oh, these are jammed up in there though. Come on, baby. Yep. Came right out. Wow. Some of these bolts are okay with coming right out. Others are just fighting me till the bitter end here. All right, we got that off. Let me go around the other side and get that other strap off. Should be our other. All right, this should be our last bolt here. Oh boy, I really can't tell if I'm on it or not. There we go. Yep, that came right out as well. Break this plastic shit off. There we go. Boom. I've got my Chopulizer 9000s. Let's just cut all this crap, because again, we're not reusing any of it. So Okay, now we should be able to come down further. Yeah, there we go. Much further. Much further. Yeah, there we go. Woo! There we go. Tank is free. Oh, baby. Tank is out. There's definitely still fuel in there. I'm not really sure how much, but I'm gonna try and get it dumped out into a jug. I apologize about the lighting. All I have is a flashlight left. All my other lights are dead. And yeah, we have lots of room now. I don't know the distance between here and the rear end housing, but it looks like a decent amount. It looks like it should be a decent amount for bars. Of course, I don't have a tape measure out here because why would I? The only thing that, man, I wish my lighting was a little better here. Sorry about this, guys. But this hump right here that comes down from that, I should say down from that and up from that area, that is where the rear seats are. And it's looking like that is gonna be in the way for where some of the bars need to go, which is a little unfortunate because that means I might have to not have the rear seats in it. Or who knows, maybe I can come up with some kind of solution that we can keep them but remount them. I don't know, but that's just seeing that. So if you look back here, we've got the rear end housing kind of sitting where it was. It's right up against that bar now. So that definitely does need to be cut to get it up a little higher. But yeah, overall, made a lot of progress. And it's looking like we're gonna have enough length for bars. It's just the height is what we're gonna have to fight with, I think, with cutting things. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. My batteries are dead, and all my lights except for this one, and my batteries in my body are dead from from doing all this. So if you liked this video, throw it a like, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. There's a lot more coming. As you can see, there's a lot more work to do. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.